Recorded live from the Secret Center City Studios.
I'm the Kappa. He's the Prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the Pod. Adam, welcome back to another week. We made it one more week. Can you believe it?
They actually might let us continue to do this long term.
I know. And this is weird because for the first time in 2 pods, no guest.
No, it's cool.
It is. And
that's fine.
Loving the guest, but I just wanted to explain to people, we don't always want to have a guest because it's hard work. It is hard work getting guests.
It is, but it's easy work for me to not have to talk for like 4 to 5 minutes at a time.
And then producer Devin wants to tase us because we get people like me, you, and Brace, and it's just like off the rails everywhere. So
oh yeah, no, but that's gold, Jerry, gold.
It was maybe silver medal. I don't know if it's gold, but we did get good responses, so maybe it was gold. But yeah, so another week of the pod. We've actually got some stuff to talk about. But first, guess what the beer of the week is?
Is it the one that I'm drinking? Because it's delicious.
It's the one you're drinking. It's Regulators.
Regulators. Mount up.
From the Larimer. It's their hazy IPA, and man, it is...
So wait, okay.
Freaking delicious.
Okay, so I actually just noticed this too. Before we got on the podcast, we were joking that the musical group, because if you have to Google them, you have to Google them as a musical group. 213, that was originally Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, and Warren G. Rest in peace to Nate Dogg. They made the song Regulators, which is probably the most, I mean, other than the actual Regulators, probably the most well-known rendition of like association of that word. If you hear the word Regulators, you probably think of that song.
I thought you were going to say it was the most notable Warren G song ever.
No, I'm not going to disrespect his catalog like that. But what I found quite interesting about it was, like, I didn't notice this until exactly now. I was making the joke that I wonder if they had to talk to Warren G before they did this. Was like someone going to get sued? And then I realized he's wearing the bandana on the Latimer like Nate Dogg wears his bandana for his entire career. So I'm like, this is 100%.
Oh, it's a tribute. It's a tribute.
It's a homage, if you will. But I was just like, so, I mean, Latimer, I love you, but Warren G might Larimer, I love you, but they might call him.
You're like Mike Missinelli saying Alice Pizza instead of Alice.
You know what? So
we're never getting sponsors.
Here's the thing: I can never mess up an Italian name because then I can't go home. So I have to get that one down. But the Larimer, If Warren G hasn't called you, he might.
Play this game at home, people. If Adam mispronounces something Italian, you know he's trying not to go home.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm actually literally trying to be like not going back home.
So anyhow, we got some podcast news.
Do we now? What is it?
Well, this is your segment where you say follow us on. I don't understand all that.
Subscribe, then unsubscribe, and then resubscribe. And then 5-star ratings only. This is how the podcast game works, people. And, we're trying to manipulate the system as much as we can. So, just tell people how you feel about us. We're trying. But, yeah, that's me. That's the shameless plug of the first 4.5 minutes of the show. Oh, there's a Facebook, too. Thank you, Devin. There's a Facebook. Yeah, we're now on Facebook because we're boomers. So we're on Facebook. That was my favorite line of last season when I told Pablo, you have to get a Facebook so we can communicate. And Pablo was like, okay, boomer. And I was the first time, A, I heard the reference, and B, was called it myself, and it hurt a little.
Well, I actually am now friends with Pablo on Facebook, and he can't navigate that crap.
It is weird. It's weird.
It's like giving a millennial a handwritten note, and they're like, what is this? Hieroglyphics?
First off, as a millennial myself, I like to say I have passed many a note, but now they're text messages, and I appreciate that.
So Facebook, Instagram.
And the Twitter. The OG of the Twitter. But yeah, your big 3 are covered, and we might come to a LinkedIn near you. I have no idea why we would.
I'm putting my foot down on TikTok.
Can we do a live journal, though? You remember the Live Journal?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I swear to God, I
all
don't.
right,
I don't even remember MySpace.
For all the children in the podcast, Live Journal was like the first real blog site that ever truly existed, and it was as terrible and sappy and emo as you could possibly imagine something that was in like 2004 was. But it was, I mean, it was a relic of the time.
So speaking of relics, oh no, this isn't a relic. Some Sons of
Transition.
Ben noise, yeah, transition. Membership. Don't forget to renew, guys. We're getting people now going, hey, I thought I auto-renewed with my tickets. It doesn't work that way.
Why, Matt? Why?
You know why? Because, and here's pulling behind the curtain, when we used to auto-renew with the front office, when you renewed your season tickets and it renewed your Sons of Ben membership, it kind of gave all your info back to the front office.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? We kind of want to control our memberships
You don't wanna
info.
breach of
We don't
data.
want to do a wah-wah and breach the data.
Yeah.
So we just said we're going to pull it off. So it's been about 4 years we've been doing it that way. But a lot of people keep forgetting. We've been discussing if we would auto-renew. Maybe we'll put a poll up if people want that. I just always hated the auto-renew because a lot of people will put on their debit card, change their bank, or their credit card expires, and then they forget to auto-renew, and it's a mess where we're like, you know what? Every year we just do the membership drive, let people remember, like Brace had to get us a friendly
Right.
reminder
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week
yeah.
to renew. I haven't seen your name on the list, Brace. Get on it. But yeah, so your membership is get on it, guys. I mean, it's growing. We're getting people renewing. They're starting to remember. Hey, I do this January, February. But remember, just because you renewed your season tickets doesn't mean you renewed your Sons of Ben membership. Let me give you a little update about the kits. Transition. So the membership kits, they look
Yes.
awesome. We got the scarf. I saw it on Friday.
Nice.
Look good. Everything else in the membership kit, except one item,
Looks
is
terrible.
in the United States.
Oh, so it's on the continent, is what you're saying.
So yeah, we've got a little snafu with the pins.
Oh no.
Like most other items made in the world, they come from a certain part of the world called China.
Oh my, is that real? That's
know-
actually real.
you know what's going on in
That's
China
crazy.
lately?
Wait, no, are you serious?
So and we got a great explanation. We've got a great partner that uses, a factory or two in China to do this. We've been getting the pins done the last 2 years. This guy's, a great partner for us. But because of the coronavirus
Yeah.
and Chinese New Year, the government
Yes.
extended Chinese New Year one more week. So we actually got production done right before Chinese New Year.
Okay, that's actually impressive work.
Oh, that's why this partner is so great.
Yeah.
But because of all this, it's sitting in the factory. Might need one more step or something, but we don't know when we're getting it.
I'm totally okay with them figuring that out as slowly as possible.
Now,
Like,
we've
just
been
be
assured
thorough.
we don't have to put lime on it to get rid of the coronavirus. It's going to be safe when it gets here. We're just waiting for them to kind of reopen the factories and shipping and getting everything out here. So the membership kits are done except for the pins. So what we are going to do, we're going to do a packing party. So February 29th, which is the first game
Yeah.
versus Dallas,
Yeah.
we're going to be at the field house.
Okay.
So upstairs at the field house, we're going to have all the kits laid out where people can grab the scarf, the flag, not the pin, unless there's the
Yeah.
pin, the membership card.
Yeah.
Put it all together and help us package it up so Molly doesn't have to do this by herself in her apartment.
But she shouldn't have to.
No. And then if you come to the packing party, you can take your kit home with you. If
seems
not,
pretty
you've
nice.
got to show up at an event, a tailgate or something to pick this up or pay for shipping. So show up, you'll get everything. If we don't have the pins by then, we'll have a card or a ticket and you can come get your pin later. We'll get it to you. Don't worry, it's part of it. But that's the big snafu. We couldn't control the virus or the country of China.
See, the problem is every time I go to Field House, I end up drinking like a decent amount of alcohol, and that's going to make me not want to pack things. I'm not going to lie to you. So if I can come, sit in a corner, and just have like a stein with me of beer, then I'm totally about that. But if I have to start doing the manual labor, we might have to have a conversation.
We're going to make you do the manual labor, then the beer, and then watch the game against Dallas.
That seems like a lot, man. And it's like February and stuff. I'm just, all right, we'll talk.
We'll figure it out. So Adam's going to be doing a live appearance at the Fieldhouse February 29th.
Apparently.
Going to be great.
Apparently.
Speaking of live appearances,
What's up?
Friday. Do you know who I saw Friday night?
You know what I saw Friday night?
Yeah, mine's bigger.
Okay.
And I mean the news, not anything we're thinking about.
Ha.
I saw
Highbrow.
producer Devin and the fam.
Did you now? In the
Yeah,
wild?
In the wild.
He like goes outside.
I mean, it was so wild. There were snakes and shit. That's how wild it was.
There was actual wildlife in the wild.
Wildlife in the wild.
It's not
So
just Chester being Chester.
we were at the kit launch party at
Oh,
the
I
wharf.
heard that. Yes. Yes. That was good. I'm sorry I could not attend that evening. I was quite busy.
I don't know.
Quite
But
busy.
We had a nice interaction and saw Phang.
My dude.
And-
I almost wore my Wu Fang shirt to the proceedings tonight, but because the Secret Center Studios tends to run a little warm, I decided sleeves were not necessary for today's proceedings, but I love me some Fang.
So, I go, oh, Phang's here.
Yeah.
Devin's 3-year-old is there.
Yeah.
Perfect time for a little battle royale.
A battle royale. Okay, let's talk.
So Willow, cutest little thing in the world,
Yeah.
whispers in my ear, I ain't afraid of that. And I think she said the B word.
Oh my.
I think she could take him.
Oh my. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
Look,
it was
I'm
pretty
not-
impressive. She was not afraid of the Phang.
We were about 2 steps away from doing this. We just didn't have the right forms. We didn't have the waivers. So we couldn't get it done.
so we can't do a boxing match between
It's
your
like a
daughter and Fang?
Pacquiao Mayweather. We just can't get the parties together.
Like Vegas will not sign off. Someone is holding up the paperwork, but no, I'd pay to see that. I think Fang has a lot of muscles, but I just don't feel like a snake knows truly how to use his limbs. So she probably has the reach at least on him.
Oh, yeah, without doubt. She got the moxie.
The moxie.
The moxie.
Yes.
But no, so the event actually was, I shout out, claps, whatever you say, props to Union Marketing and AG's last day.
her swan
But
song?
No, it was her swan song. But it was they did a Fear Factor event with our boy Brace, who was playing the Joe
Wow.
Rogan. He was sweating up a storm up on stage. He actually looked like Pitbull sweating up there.
Not to digress, but do you think they're ever gonna bring back a Fear Factor? I feel like that hasn't come back yet, and like they're rebooting everything.
Oh, I'm sure
I
it's
feel
good.
like Fear Factor has a moment. in
With
its
all
time.
the insurance company commercials out there, why wouldn't they?
I feel like it just
Like
seems,
sponsored by Progressive.
It just seems like in a world where we just have like 17 versions of The Bachelor, maybe another Fear Factor would be okay.
I thought The Bachelor was Fear Factor.
A little column A, a little column B. I'm sorry, digression over. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Where were we?
So yeah, they had the Fearless Fan Contest, which
Yeah.
one of our own,
Terrence.
Terrence, won.
Terrence.
So-
I saw that he was competing, but he got the dub.
He
All
got the
right.
dubs. So, and I'll tell you what, somebody is becoming a Union legend.
Yeah.
Colin.
Yeah.
I just go by the last name because I can't pronounce his first name really.
AC.
I guess they were supposed to have 4
Monsieur
contestants,
AC.
and somebody kind of backed out last minute, so they
Yeah.
only had 3.
Yeah.
The whole program was designed for 4.
Yeah.
AC says, "I'll do it." Steps up, puts a big ass snake on, fails at the Union trivia contest, which he's only been on the team for 6-7 months, so no, about a year. But
Look, man, he would do a lot better on the Red Bull
He
one.
stepped up. So my man put a snake around his neck, unannounced that he's usually going to be there. Did that, and then so Terrence went through answering questions.
Yeah.
He then had to put his hands into some mess and like try to steal something out of this mess.
Oh.
Then he had to chug some disgusting liquid, disgusting mixture, and that's how he won. So
Oh.
it was a lot like pledging a fraternity.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do that.
So Terrence is now part of Phang Beta Kappa.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, so Phang Beta Kappa gets free season tickets. So congratulations, Terrence.
Wow.
Yeah, it was-
Wow. Actually, you know what? That's cool. When I won Fan of the Year last year, I got
Yeah, what did you have to do?
I got a jersey.
No,
They
what
gave
did
me
you have to do for that?
What did I have to do? I was just
Like it
fan
was
of the
like
year.
Robert Kraft kind of
No,
stuff? or no?
I just displayed superior fandom. Was all I did. These people actually had to do tricks and
Now, weren't you
gauntlet.
co?
Yeah, I know, but
I don't want to
like,
take the shine off you, but
look,
you know he's going to tweet at us if we don't mention you or
I
Co.
mean, Jeffrey definitely put in a solid effort that season as well. That's all. That's cool. But I was very happy that he got to miss opening day, so then I could just like bask in the glow myself and have first kick of the season. But that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate Mr. Mitchell so much.
So does Terrence get first kick of the season now?
Yes, and also his stomach pumped probably, but
Oh,
yes.
God, yeah. I was like, bro, get some Listerine. Like, don't even talk to me after that.
Look, I'm just saying.
Perel. Like, he should have gotten a lifetime of Perel after
Does
that
he get
event.
a kit for that? Did he get a kit?
Why? He doesn't wear a shirt.
He does not. He's not a shirt-wearing individual.
No.
But
I don't think
like,
he wears a shirt to work. And he's like in banking.
So like, but the craziest thing is like the second game of the season, he showed up in like a full suit and a bandana. So I just been calling him front office ever since that exact moment because I was just like it was a full blue suit and he just looked like the head of all the ticket representatives and I was just like, okay, there he is. But then after that, he just decided clothing was optional for the rest of the season.
Can't wait to see you on March 14th. Ooh,
It's gonna be a little nipply.
Nipply. Speaking of, well, that's not really nipply, but
You were fire on these transitions.
I'm a fire
today.
transition. I see bullet points and I go at it.
Literally, I just want to. When we get sound drops and all the appropriate like morning zoo hijinks noises and all that, I want a sound that just says transition.
We can work on that.
It's in the budget.
We had a SOB night at your other favorite team.
The Philadelphia Fusion.
No, this one they play a real sport.
The Philadelphia Freedoms.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
You do not know of Billie Jean King's World Team Tennis Squad?
I'm kidding. I've heard of it, but no.
The
The
1776ers.
987 76ers.
Nah, man.
You were there.
I was there. And I want to say shout out to the Sons of Ben for selling out the event. And then me realizing there was a sellout before I could get my own personal ticket, which I guess made me have to sit in my regular seats. I guess.
Yeah, that's an excuse. But anyhow.
Y'all looked like you had fun.
We had fun. We were up in the assembly room, which is the first time I've ever been up there. It's only been there for a year.
Nice venue. I saw a Flyers game up there a couple of weeks ago. And for hockey, it's actually a really nice view for that.
It is the best use of what cheap seats should be.
Yes, I really thought that as well.
It's like a lounge, where you can still see, but you're way up there. I mean, you're in the rafters. You're where the crappy skyboxes used to be.
That's where Jim Jackson is when they do the
and the media. So it's
the media
3/4 of that, and it's just very loungy. And I guess what they use it for are groups like the little kid fundraiser groups and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of seats. So the kids that don't care about the game, they're playing, like that, or the people that are just there to socialize and drink, they're hanging out where if you care about the game, you can actually sit and watch the game.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a group event, I don't know why you wouldn't go to the assembly room because it's great because I can't stand when you go to a game and you're like, I'm sitting behind the Bucks County Cheerleaders Association and all those kids are just crawling all over the seats, like throwing popcorn, having a blast. But I'm like, damn, I want to see if Joel Embiid's going to shush us again.
Yeah, but it's like if what the club box seats were really supposed to be. And like they are in their principle, but it's like when the first couple of Flyers games I got to go to, I was lucked out because my mom was working for a company and we did the suites, like the little boxes.
Right.
So I did one of those, and then you do like the club blocks level, and you understand it's a little bit more open air, it's a little more conducive, so there's like everyone. But that was, I mean, these people get priced out of that pretty easily. So like the assembly room for them to do that and to take what I can only assume was a lot of dead space up there. Because it's just like, you got to, like, no one was up there prior. Like, the media only took half of that up at best.
And they had those other box seats where nobody would rent them.
Exactly.
They couldn't get any corporate sponsor. So, yeah, it was a great use of the space.
Cool.
We had a great time up there.
Yeah.
Everyone had a blast.
Did you guys do chants?
No, because it was so spread out.
Ooh.
I saw if we had 20 some plus, I probably saw 8 people.
Oh, okay.
Just because that thing is so big and so vast. You're
Yeah,
not going to get everyone together.
No,
but I mean,
understandable.
everyone had a great time and it was, fun and Sixers got the W. And we saw
tend to do
Adam
that.
on the big screen.
Yeah, I was dancing a little bit.
There wasn't a lot though. I thought we were going to get more of you.
No, see, I actually think they're scaling back with me because they used me a lot in promotions, kind of like some soccer team I know. But wasn't getting a lot of residual checks on that one. So I think they're trying to, before they actually have to start actually start paying me.
I just thought we were going to get a dance off between you and a kid, and then you know how they always boo the adult and cheer the kid, and I thought we were going to get one of those, but
so we had.
I thought you were going to crush the kid though. Little sprinkler action, little shopping cart, No,
I do. What is the one where you grab your ankle and you do the flexing the whole time? That one I'm a big fan of. I think like NSYNC perfected that one, but no. I had a little bit of a dance off with Big Daddy. As anyone knows, Big Daddy, he's the very large gentleman.
Larger fella?
Yeah, he sits completely the opposite of my seats in Continental North, which was like when we were talking about the revolutionaries.
Right, they're right
episode,
back there.
That was their spot. So he's been there forever. He's up there with like Alan Horowitz. It's like people who've just been there forever. And like his move is, if the crowd really wants it, he'll lift the shirt up. And
so he's Mardi Gras daddy.
Yeah. And they haven't quite asked me to lift the shirt up yet, but I'm still working on the apertures just in case, that comes
Get
around.
paid for that first. Come on.
You're
letting your agent down, Don't go nude until you're getting paid.
I mean...
Don't be, thirsty,
I mean, college was weird.
Speaking of college, no, there's no transition for that.
There
really isn't.
Yes,
there's no transition from college to union news. There's
I don't
not
want
a damn thing I could do. I just wish we had that.
No, I don't want
news.
any transitions to actually make sense. I want that to be the running gag, as none of our transitions ever make any sense.
So in union news,
there's a team.
There's a team.
No.
There's a league, and there's an agreement between the Players Association and the league. So there's not going to be stoppage, as we predicted on this podcast.
And
we did predict that, right?
We've got the predictor board on the wall here. 2 tallies.
Boom. We're undefeated.
That's about 45% of our budget, by the way, is the predictor board.
I know. If we would place bets on the gambler, then we could make up all that money.
Look, man, I'm waiting for Brace to just bring us in as consultants because obviously we have the inside track on MLS.
I know. God. So anyhow, the players' agreement. Everybody's going to read this, but it's good for the players. It's higher salaries.
Mm-hmm.
They messed around with TAM, GAM, and JAM or whatever, and it's going to be a little easier to figure out. Free agency. These younger kids are going to get to it earlier than they were. I think it's like 24, where it was like 28 years old before you can be a free agent, which is kind of like weird considering you're getting these kids in at like 18, 19. And you're holding them hostage for 10 years. So
who was the guy who started free agency in baseball? Was that Kurt Flood? Who was the guy who started? So one of the guys who started free agency in baseball.
You think we would have Googled this before the show?
Well, it's only because it came to me literally as I was thinking this, and I was just like, just listening to this is just like all of us young people who didn't see free agency happen in real time and didn't see negotiations for teams and all that. Who'd you give me? What is it?
Is this right? It's saying Catfish Hunter, whoever that is.
It might be Catfish
You don't know
Hunter.
Catfish Hunter?
I do know Catfish Hunter.
No. Producer Devin doesn't. I
do not.
think we've got a homework assignment. Sans the internet. He's got to get an old Encyclopedia Britannica and look up Catfish Hunter.
No, he needs the almanac that Marty McFly had in Back to the Future too.
Oh, I would take that in a heartbeat too.
First off, that's now technically a relic because that was 2017.
That's too old. I know.
It's too old now.
So they actually did get charter flights. It's unbelievable in this deal. So instead of 4, which was weird because the way it read was you could do up to 4 charter flights. Up to. So
you couldn't do 5.
Certain teams were like, well, that's a suggestion. We don't have to do 4. We're limited to 4. So we're going to save these. Oops, we don't need these anymore. They have 8 minimum one-way charter flights.
Okay. I really need to stress what I'm about to say is my biggest pet peeve with this league. Because, look, we're all fans of the game, right? And there's a good chance that MLS is not our only digestible version of soccer, right? So we've seen how other leagues, many which consider better leagues, have operated and done their business. And to me, the United States is the size of a bleeping continent.
Well, it is a continent, North America.
But Canada. No, but it's literally east
that
to west.
That doesn't count.
Is thousands upon thousands of miles where I saw a YouTube video of a guy go to every Premier League stadium in a 24-hour period because it was drivable. He literally drove to every single one, all the way from Swansea down to South London. And you couldn't even do that to get 5 or 6 teams in one day. The idea that charter flights were not only limited, but some teams weren't taking it is not only stupid, it's borderline sports barbaric. We have teams going from Orlando to Seattle. We have teams going from Vancouver to bleeping Los Angeles. We have teams going from New England all the way to freaking Missouri and all parts in between. And you're going to tell me they got to go to Cleveland for an in-between flight? Like, we're charging how much for
Technically,
fees?
they were going to Kansas, not Missouri.
Yeah, no,
You know.
the Kansas City, Kansas. No, well, technically they are in
It
Kansas,
is, they're
so
in
that's
Kansas.
real. But it's just like,
But no, it's no, I totally agree.
it's
So
just- we have Arthur Blank is in this league. You have freaking Robert Kraft is in this league. You have owners who actually have some gravitas, and they're out. The people who have weight, and you're making their freaking teams travel on freaking Spirit to go to freaking Seattle. What are we doing?
well, I guess we're not getting a Spirit endorsement
Look,
anymore.
man,
No
I'm
more
a person who
sponsorship.
I use Spirit 4 times a year in Myrtle Beach, and they could not pay me for a sponsorship. I will not need that in my life. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Frontier,
so
we can talk with Spirit.
The
Network.
good news, they're getting 8 minimum. So they're getting 8 minimum. It's going to go up to 16 in about 4 years. So the MLS is slowly getting to be a real league. And then the charter flights are mandatory for playoffs, which is what we've always been like, what the hell, why can't you? And the CONCACAF League games, they have to fly charter. So at least they're getting that. It's a slow, this league's only, 20, 25 years old?
Why would you,
But you're right.
why would you want that? Like, why wouldn't you? If I'm an owner of an MLS franchise and the way,
Money.
but even money wise, it's just like you make more money when you bleeping win. Like whatever you're saving on a charter flight, you know, Art Blank was not going to send Atlanta anywhere on a freaking for an MLS Cup on a flight that they had a puddle hop on.
Yeah.
That's freaking ridiculous. The fact that you even would have to be like, no, you gotta do it now. And it's just like, look, whatever Sugarman wants to do with his money, bleep it. I can't control that. But it's just like when it's other people who are obvious they're gonna spend the money, they're gonna put the fire back in Soldier Field and do all this crap. But we're still talking about charter flights. Not even the terrible uniform deal that we got with Adidas that we'll never be able to get out of for forever. Not freaking the TAMs, the GAMs, the crams, the jams, the yams, none of that. We're talking about freaking charter flights.
And that was brought to you by Frontier Airlines.
I'm sorry.
So no, we listen. The players were happy with the deal. I think us as a league can see it's slowly progressing. Adam doesn't think it's fast enough, but that's all right because we are still having this pod sponsored by Regulators IPA. So Adam's going to reach in the bag and get one soon.
Yeah,
for
no,
himself.
I will regulate my attitude after that because that's been a little bit of a pet peeve of mine because when I try to talk, I got friends who live in other countries and I try to explain MLS to them and they're just like, well, we get you're a smaller league, but you're still America. Like, how have you guys not figured out the finances?
Yeah, we
to
can't
get-
take a train everywhere.
That's what, oh man,
No.
you want to get me in a high-speed rail rant? I'll do that one too.
But speaking of the Amtrak car train, guess what?
Yes,
Training camp news.
that was not terrible. That was actually
I'm
not
trying.
terrible.
And I take a drink every time we do a transition. That's terrible.
Transition.
I'm on like 10th beer right now.
What? So, man, a train to Clearwater would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the Amtrak auto train.
I'd be there.
Pick that up in Virginia, drop shelf in Orlando.
That's literally called
Never
the
had to do
Snowbirds.
it.
It would call it the Snowbird Express. Everyone
Grandma
is
and
getting on
Grandpa
at
used to do
Richmond.
that. So yeah, training camp news. I don't know. Here's the thing: they played FC Cincinnati today, but
Did they
wouldn't.
win?
Well, they wouldn't let the public in.
They told us what the lineup was, which I thought was kind of like a cock tease. I was like,
Yeah.
that's fun.
And then I don't even know, and maybe someone out there can tell me. I don't know training camp schedule.
Yeah.
They're up here for 4 days. They're down there. They're up now. Again,
That's
they're-
right. Weren't they
they're-
just here?
They're probably on Spirit Airlines freaking flyer miles or something because they are back and
Does this
forth.
count for their charter flights?
I hope not.
I
Because they're
really,
burning
I
through
actually
it right
be like,
now.
please take a layover in Myrtle Beach for this, please.
They're back and forth. I don't know how many times. Are they practicing to fly on like crappy airlines? Why isn't training camp like 1 month down there? It's 4 days, back and forth. I don't know where these guys are half the time.
Do you really think, and I mean this because, this is a mom and pop league, so everything's on the table. Do you really think it's just because of the kit launch that they made them come back?
I honestly think there's probably something in the players' agreement where
That
they can't be away for that
for
long.
so
or,
long. Okay.
Yeah, or these guys have got to get visas. I have no idea, but I can't. Like the Phillies, I know pitchers and catchers are right around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then it goes until the end of March. And I'm going, you can plan a vacation around this.
But they also don't do Meet the Phillies until they get back, though.
Do they even do it, Meet the Phillies?
They used to. They still. I mean, it was usually like a half
that's
hour
the one
show.
good thing about this being a smaller league. We do have the meet the team. You can meet the guys.
No,
but I just
the
don't
Phillies used to
know.
still do that. I think the Flyers still do
I
that,
would love
too.
to have planned hey, let's go down to Clearwater Beach in February and watch a game.
Yeah, why didn't
But
we
if
do
I
that?
flew down there, they'd be like, oh, by the way, this is closed to the public because we're playing FC Cincinnati. What? I can't see Austin Berry dribble a ball.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
weird.
I couldn't do it when he was playing for the Union because he never got off the bench. But anyhow,
That's another weird soccer thing. Even though I think they sometimes do that for like football will have closed scrimmages sometimes during preseason. Like someone will come up and they'll have like a closed scrimmage on the field.
Yeah, but they still have preseason games. I don't know. Like they got to
It's weird.
figure out
That's weird.
this training camp because the Phillies is a great experience. You go down,
Yeah.
you know you're getting 4 games in. You're going to go to the Frankie's or whatever the
was
tiki
it, the
bar,
tiki bar?
Frenchie's tiki bar.
Yeah.
So
It's a part of the experience.
we would go down, watch 3 innings, and then we're like, okay, I don't know who the hell's in this game now. Let's go to that tiki bar, and then we'd stay till the end of the game and beyond. You're like, had a great time. Love the Phillies again.
Yeah.
And it still sucked, but you were like, love it. I don't know why the Union can't make that experience where we could fly down and because I wouldn't mind in February. Granted, it's 50 degrees right now, but it'd be nice to get some warm weather.
No, but I think that's weird. I think that's super weird that's a thing. But I also completely understand where if you can do that, if you can get away with that, then do it. I remember talking to my girlfriend about the fact that Italy will sometimes play friendlies outside of the country on purpose so that Italians can't get on them while they're at home. Like they'll play like a home friendly in Belgium and they'll be like, yeah, we just don't want the pressure of being in Italy right now for this game. And I'm just like, fair. And if you can do that, I understand why you would do that. But at the same time, I'm like, if you want to grow this sport, that's important. Especially since a lot of these Clearwater games, you'll get an entirely different fan base added into it. You'll get, you can have a new group of individuals who are like, yeah, I wasn't really following soccer, but down in Clearwater, the Union came down, I saw a bunch of their games, and now I'm a Union fan. The same way you have like the Threshers and all those other teams down there. It's like, it's a missed opportunity. Short answer. It's a missed opportunity.
Oh yeah, and I mean, as we complain about, spring training and training camp, and why can't the Union or the MLS teams fix this so it's an experience like baseball is? I've got something. Probably it's a bigger tragedy.
What's that?
Your boy David Beckham's team lost a lawsuit.
Yeah. All right.
Inter Miami lost.
Yeah, so Inter Milan is it? I mean, I guess is it suing? Can I just say they're straight suing, or is it just like a lawsuit? What's the
This is
legal
an
terminology?
International.
All right, they're suing them. All right, so Inter Milan is suing Inter Miami for the name because apparently
It's confusing.
it's confusing, and in a world where
So that means
Ace-
MLS is huge now.
Yeah.
That they are afraid of that trademark.
right, like I was waiting.
Big win for the league.
Do
Big
you
win,
th-
Don.
Do you think Manchester United even blinked when DC United came into the fray? Like, do you?
No, but Minnesota United, they were scared.
Well, because we brought in 2 United FCs at the same time, and everyone was just like, "What the hell are you doing, MLS?" But it's just like, it's very funny to me that this is working too. Like Inter Milan actually got through the first round of it. Like it's working.
It's better than calling it the Miami flood or. Well, we already
What
have
was
the
their first-
Hurricanes, whatever. I don't even remember.
What was their first name? It was Tampa Bay Mutiny. Fusion. Just call them the Fusion. Bring him back.
No, I don't even want to.
Actually,
No, I don't even want to bring
very
that back.
1996 name.
Yeah.
What was
Now there are some suggestions out there in the world. Apparently, the
Yes.
website The18.
V18?
The18.
Okay.
Not the 18. Click here to look at beer ads or
It's
the
18.
18.
Okay, cool.
Got David Moore. He had a
Yes.
top 10 list. Now,
Okay.
I normally don't give a crap about Miami. I don't care about Pitbull. I don't care about
I'm
any
gonna be
of that.
there in like 3 weeks. Actually, I'm very
All right, so
excited.
Adam cares.
I
But so we're hoping. We know AG's listening, even though you're marketing for Miami.
Yeah.
We've got your first project for you. We've got 10 names that you could suggest to Mr. Beckham, and none of them are Drakkar Noir.
I actually believe that's a missed opportunity there. The first,
Probably
truly,
is, yeah.
You know, it's like one of those Japanese baseball teams that's just sponsored by a team. It's like the Yokohama Tigers, and it's like, yeah, no.
So
we'll just
we're
have
gonna
the
we're
Drakkar
gonna
Noirs.
read this list off together, Adam. You want
Please.
the first one?
Yes. So a lovely team that we all know and love, and probably would also sue the club after hearing that this was being used. AC Miami.
I would do it just for the lawsuit and the publicity. Why not?
I would love that. So Matthew, what would be the next one you see here?
Interstate Miami.
I don't know how you don't still get sued from that. I feel like it's not because they're not using the same name. They're not internationally. They're
But
like
it sounds like
intercontinental.
a lube stop place, like a Jiffy Lube, kind of like Interstate.
Is it not?
Could be.
It's a nice little stop for people ending their careers.
Oh, that brings us up to number 3.
Neymar FC.
Yeah, you're in your career down there.
I mean, I'm here for it, but at the same time, like, can we not just get every slight has-been saying, you know what, I kind of want to move to Florida?
Well, they don't want to be with Beckham, so.
But, like, when is Beckham not going to be cool?
By the way, Florida is the retirement community of the world.
Yeah,
so
but it's
that's
just
why they
like-
all want to come and retire.
I feel like they're going to
cheaper
go to
taxes.
But like they all live in Europe. Have they been to Italy? Like there's so many nicer places
Have
than
you
Miami.
seen European taxes?
Fair.
Okay.
Bayern
Miami. So maybe the Germans just won't be stingy, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not German. That's Prost.
Thank you. That's your section of the globe here. I got Caribbean in me, so I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Up next for you.
Yeah! Club de Sport International Miami, or CSI Miami.
I kind of like that one.
I was definitely putting shades on while doing the rendition there.
Worldwide Miami.
Mr. Worldwide,
Would
Mr.
he sue them?
305. I think if anything, he would just have to become the official mascot by proxy.
Oh, I think Phang would whoop his ass in a fight, too.
I'm here for
We got
that
you,
one.
Phang. We got Phang cage fighting again.
Look, man, if we can get Phang versus freaking Pitbull, that's an animal fight for the ages right there.
What are we up to, number 7?
I think so, if I can count correctly. Those would be the Miami Dolphins 2. I'm for that.
I'm all right. I mean,
for
they'll
that.
probably have a better record than Miami Dolphins 1.
Also, their color scheme is a lot better. I like the aqua.
Yeah. I'll take this one.
Please
the
do.
Miami Margaritas. I'm going to say no to that.
But here's the thing.
And I like margaritas.
Here's the thing. If they sell margaritas at the games, does any other MLS team do that? And I'm not talking about the lime-ritas. I'm talking about like an actual margarita.
We do some stuff at Talon Energy Studio.
Is it a margarita?
It's not really
It's like a
cocktail.
slushie.
It's
kind of a slushie.
Yeah.
I like it. Not against it,
Yeah.
but it's not. Look, man, I'm just saying if I could just get Tom Cruise some cocktail at my stadium, just like knocking those out in the background, then yeah, call me the Miami Margaritas. I'm here for that.
All right, so Adam wants some flair.
I love pieces of flair. What's up?
This one's yours.
Dale FC. No, yes. First off, I'm still mad about the lack of Pitbull in the Super Bowl. I know we talked about that last week.
He
Still
had the
hit
whole
with it.
weekend.
Look, man, I don't care.
He
if
had
got
more
the
airtime on that weekend
I
than he
do-
has in his entire career.
I do not care if he just gets the pregame. I don't even need him out there for a lot. Just let him just come out at the end of Shakira and Jennifer Lopez and just say Dale once, and that's it. Just let him just come out in a suit, sunglasses, pop up out of the stage, go Dale, and then we're good. Cut to black, commercial, progressive does the thing.
So the last one is Sporting MC.
Yay.
Would Sporting KC then sue Sporting MC?
Actually,
Or would they have a band like MCKC?
Honestly, the way MLS goes, that would probably be the most on-brand thing to have two sportings in our entire league.
We could be
because that's
sporting
what we-
you.
Sporting you, sporting me. There you go.
There we go.
Sporting MC.
So yeah, so Inter Miami just making gold out of well, I was going to say all kinds of bad words, but I won't. So they're getting sued, and now look, they're just getting more publicity.
I'm just happy there's another destination in MLS that's not named Columbus.
I know. And speaking of people that are getting bad news and then trying to spin it into gold, our friends north of us, NYUFU.
I thought you were talking about Canada. I'm like, what did they
No,
do?
no, they're not even friends. But NYUFU,
Oh no, the children of the nomads.
yeah, these clowns have got to play one of their big old games. Guess where they have to play their game?
Hartford.
Even worse. There's
Rhode
someplace
Island.
worse than Hartford, and it begins with an H.
Haddonfield, New Jersey.
Oh, Haddonfield's beautiful. That is a beautiful community.
I'm sorry, I blanked for a second.
a
What's
little
up?
Harrison, New Jersey. They've got to play in a Red Bull stadium.
You've lost all banter privileges.
Oh, for their Champions
forever.
League, yeah.
Wait. So New York's NYCFC's entire gimmick is we are the club that actually plays in New York, and they actually have to go. First, they've already not played in New York because they went to Connecticut that one good time. They've played in two different boroughs already. And now they have the privilege, and I mean the utter privilege, of going to Harrison, which is gentrifying quite nicely, I have to add, to play their CONCACAF Champions League game.
Yeah. So and it's weird because right after that news hits, where the team's trying to spin it, so well, we didn't want to do that, but the league made us, and blah blah blah. They leaked. Oh, we've got almost a deal for a stadium.
So see, here's what's egregious about this is if the reports are true that Nashville is up against it in a way where they'll get the team stripped if they don't start a construction of a stadium by the end of March, it's absolutely, utterly ridiculous that what year are we with NYCFC now? Is this 6? 5?
I believe this is
6?
lucky 6.
They are still playing in easily the most laughable stadium in professional sports in America for what they're trying to do.
They're. I still think New England Revolutions are right up there with that. But anyhow,
But here's the thing: when I go to a football stadium to watch soccer, like I have to do with all the other national teams, I at least have sight lines that I can watch the
true.
whole bleeping game. We're gonna have to go up to. Not even the
We're going to
Bronx.
Citi Field.
We got to go to City. We got to go to Queens.
at least we can tailgate there.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great tailgate. And then we're also going to not be able to see the bleeping goal.
No, it's going to be terrible. So here's my problem. Nashville's owned by who?
I actually don't know. Who owns that?
Neither do I. But
Okay.
NYUFU is owned by a freaking country. So
I-
that's
I-
why they're getting away with it. I mean, it is a dollar
just
and
like-
cents
but-
league, and that's why they're getting. They are literally Uncle Eddie from Christmas.
But even for
Story
the
from National Lampoons.
course.
They're in an RV just driving around doing whatever the hell they want to do.
But even for optics, how do you even have the gall to tell Nashville anything when you have a literal nomadic franchise? Like, how does MLS even have the stones to be like, no, you got to build it, or we're taking the franchise away from you, Nashville, whilst we are literally NYCFC has played in 3 different states, played home games in the entire tri-state of New York.
But you don't understand the spin. They're getting a stadium. And the weird thing is, I remember we were down in Baltimore for
Yeah.
ISC, and I was talking to the guys at the third rail, and of
Yeah.
course I'm breaking their stones about, you ever get in a stadium? And they had their plans of we're the team's actually going to announce this, and it's the same thing that they just brought out after this. And I'm going, God bless you. I pray you knock down a couple of Yankee Stadium garages and an old elevator factory, and you finally get a stadium. But it's been 6 years, and it's going to be what? What do you think in New York City to build another stadium? We got 2 more years of construction.
Easily.
They're not going to knock this thing down. It's not a condo. It's not
And-
like a mini house. This isn't HGTV.
Have they- and
This
like,
shit is
yeah.
not going to get built quick.
And you
They're
know
going to be on a
that.
10-year anniversary and move it into the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
How many times has NYC said they were going to have a stadium and it fell through for whatever reason?
As about
So
many
they've
times
been
as Beckham
6
did.
years, and then they were announced. So at least for 8 years, they've been talking about that crap.
It is another thing. Like, you know, the charter flights is one thing. This thing is super egregious, where you're just being like favoritism to this franchise because of money. But like now you're asking for like 9-figure entrance fees. So do you really need New York like that money so bad that you're willing to just sacrifice?
You know what they just want that media market, and that's the.
But then can you not find another squad? And like I feel like another group needs to come in and do something about this.
Could
because
another
that
group get anything done? I don't know.
But you have to recognize.
I mean, it's embarrassing for the league that they're based in New York and they don't have a team in New York.
But you got to recognize the fact that the fact that they are owned partially by the Yankees is a reason why they were able to sit on their hands as long as they were.
Oh, yeah.
If they didn't have them, because it's not like you were renting a stadium. Those are your freaking like your parents. So it's like you're living in their basement the whole time.
Well, I was gonna say, if you live in your parents' basement, you're not motivated to get the hell out.
It's exactly what that is.
Which I'm gonna hit my best transition yet.
Okay, please.
We got ass hat of the week.
Oh snap!
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week you're the jerk of the week. Oh yeah, you're the jerk of the week. I'm looking at you, buddy.
God, I love that song, man. That's inspiring, isn't it?
It's a banger.
So it's weird. We had a number of nominees.
So it was like the Oscars this week.
Kind of like the Oscars, kind of like Parasite.
You have zero idea what Parasite was about.
Well, listen, I know
no one knows what
that
Parasite's
director.
about.
Every end of his speech, now I'm going to get drunk, and then he had to get called back up. So I can relate to that.
Imagine though, like you make this film, you go to the Academy Awards, and you're just like, I might win one of these, right? My film's good. I should probably take home one of these, and I'm super excited about that. And you take like 6 of them, where you're like, oh God, what happened? What did I do?
But so I don't know. And speaking of not knowing what you did, ass out of the
you do?
week. This is going to be a weird one, folks, because we had a lot of really quality ass hats, but it kind of spun out of control. So this is going to be the ass hat of the PSA announcement of the week. So listen, when you're in mom's basement and you're just firing off in between your FIFA and your Fortnite game, and you're waiting
seen right now,
and you're waiting for mom to bring the meatloaf down, and you're drinking your Four Loko, don't fire off a personal threat to another human being, because that's actually a real threat. We had a couple things spill out of control on Union Twitter, and now people have got to be like, yo, you got to calm down. So when you're being an asshat on Twitter, do your best to restrain your inner tough guy. I know when you're sitting in mom's basement and you're doing the 12-ounce curls of like your Four Loko, you gotta calm the hell down with what you're saying, because if you threaten somebody, it's a real threat, people. And I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on this pod.
But I play one on TV.
So calm the hell down, everybody. It's soccer. It's union soccer. You don't have to get on to people and be like, I'll kick you because you're soft. No, relax, people. It's not that, because you might get in trouble. And I don't mean mom's going to cut down your internet bandwidth. I mean, you might get in trouble.
Is scary too. Don't mess with my bandwidth.
Yeah, so that we were going to get light and happy with ass out of the week, but it got a little unnecessarily stupid this week. So we don't want to tell people, oh, this is what so and so said. It's more like, guys, calm the hell down. It is not worth it. It's social media. You know, keep it light, everyone.
Hey man, I saw Green Street Hooligans. I know what this is all about. Don't you dare question me. I'm Elijah Wood in this moment.
Exactly. And I think Elijah Wood's got a listener question.
Oh my God, does he now?
Probably not, but we're going to see what our listener questions are.
Elijah Wood now? Is this what we did? I mean, I'm here for it, but at the same time, seems rude.
Seems like you're calling him a hobbit. I was just calling him like,
you would
transition into listener of the week.
Several other movies.
He does?
I can't remember.
Green Street Hooligans.
Yeah.
The
we
Hobbit?
made one. He was on that show. What was that show with the dog?
That's off the tip of your Maybe he was in
Okay.
Parasite. He was in
He might have been in
Parasite.
Parasite. He might have been in Parasite.
So should I go? Speaking of parasites, producer Devin's got a question.
Speaking of, why are we railing producer Devin this
we're
afternoon?
not. But you're killing my transition. So
I am now the transition.
Adam has
leader.
not been the one killing your transitions.
Yeah, no, assessing blame to other people. Stop this. It's unbecoming, sir.
All right, somebody's got to get us back on the rails for union talk here. This one was through email from a friend of the pod, maybe Bill Guzzler.
never heard of him.
I hear he does nice things. but,
Is he related to Jess? Maybe. Woo.
We'll ask her after the
So
pod.
what does Bill have to say?
All right, who has the biggest breakout year this year?
Ooh, wow, okay. I mean this. I actually authentically mean this, Anthony Fontana.
Oh yeah. I could. Fontana would be.
I think, and because here's the thing, he believes he probably should be starting, and I think on another MLS team he definitely would be in the conversation. But because of like what Aronson has as a talent level, it's kind of hard to deny that. But like I can see him definitely in spot starts here and in some subtimes here, putting together a really nice campaign.
And I agree, and I'm praying that's the case. And my secret prayer and hope is last year's signing, Andrew Wooten. I'm hoping Wooten has
that
a
would be
breakout, 16 goals. That's what I'm like. That right inside the box and just hitting. Like I don't think he's going to be sniping from 20, 30, 40 yards out, but I think 6 yards in, banging goals. So my vote is for Wooten. You got Fontana.
I do. The only thing that
And
fears
no
me-
one's a loser on that one.
No one is, but
We're 2-0 on predictions, so
I feel like the only drawback from the Wooten thing is you got to remember eventually in June we're gonna get Corey Burke back, and like that might cut into
Are we?
production.
Are we though?
Well, all right. So like his loan is until June, and then as of June he has like I'm sorry.
Wooten season.
Are we transitioning from sexy to Wooten?
Wow, we've got plenty of sexy and Wooten
Sexy
together.
Wooten season.
Sexy Wooten season.
I'm here for some sexy Wooten season.
Who else do we got? What's next?
All
on
right,
that?
we'll go to this next question here. You guys can take this as you want here. This one's from Facebook from Bob Duggan.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go
please.
Duggan.
Dugan?
Dugan?
Something.
Is it a Dugan?
It's something like that.
Okay.
Will Montero live up to the number 10 shirt this year?
No.
Who the hell has lived up to the
No.
number 10 shirt
But like
any year?
But like the number 10 shirt in my mind is like Pele. So it's just like I feel like everyone who says the number 10, like it's like okay, in MLS the number 10 means nothing to me because it's a copycat league. So when people are wearing number 10s because they're pretending like that's like a thing.
the
10 means
number
nothing to
10
me.
shirt in Union history to me is the Madden curse. So as long as he plays every game,
Yeah.
he surpassed
Yeah.
the expectation. No, I mean I'm thinking he's going to have a great year.
Who was
but I
the
don't.
first number 10? Like team history wise, was that like did Mwanga steal that? Was that what he did?
Danny Mwanga.
Yeah. Okay. So there. All right. So like we got Danny Mwanga. We got Maidana was one.
Torres was number 10.
I
for
think Torres
one
was for a hot
season.
second. Like it just this number other than Tranquilo Barnetta, this number has meant nothing to me. I mean, like look, even last year, like I think the second best season in a number 10 was Marco Fabian's.
I think to answer the question is I'm hoping the number 10 doesn't ruin his season.
I think he's going to be great
I think he's gonna
regardless
be
of whatever
great.
number
Yeah.
he was wearing. So I mean, I get the question. Trust me, I'm not trying to dismiss the question, but I'm just like, the weight of the number 10 shirt shouldn't really be that heavy, especially in MLS. It's
I
just
hope
like,
not because
it's
he's
not.
only like 130 pounds.
He is smaller than I expect. I saw him next to Curtin, and like Curtin's a giant human, but like I was at least expecting like some 6 foot out of him.
And we have another.
All right, I have a
Couple.
couple funny
Uh-oh.
ones here.
Uh-oh.
This
don't
one
do
just came
comedy
in.
on this
I gotta
podcast.
read this one. The question is: Jim Curtin, great coach or greatest coach?
Who
The
told us
catch,
this?
the name of the account, J.C. Burner.
Jesus Christ got a
So
burner account. This
Jesus
is
has
fun.
got a burner
Wow. I mean,
So-
look, man.
Greatest coach
Great coach
that
or greatest
lives
coach?
in the city. Yeah, you're the greatest, Jim. No, I think he's I mean, listen, I love Jim as a human being. I think last year he showed you what he could do. So I'm going to say great coach. But JC Burner account, you do not get greatest just yet.
Well, like I think that with what the part like of all the teams that finished as high as they did towards the end, I think the Union were working with the least amount of parts. You know, if we can be honest about that, like the fact that the Union were up there that high with like such a small payroll for so long, I think you can get like. I think a lot of issues with coaches is we look at them as to be the saviors and the be all end alls, and I'm just like, well, what kind of bullets was he working with? Like, you're like, how did you win the war? It was like, well, was he working with a toy gun? Did he have like a howitzer? Like, did he have enough? Like, is Bob Bradley great because he's Bob Bradley, or just having Carlos
If you
Avila
go
work?
with the Waterloo thing, Union Hulk is going to bust through the secret Center City
I'm
Studios
just saying.
and rip you right out of here.
I'm just saying. First off, that I'd kind of enjoy that. But second, I'm just saying, I think Jim Curtin's a very good coach, and I think if you gave Jim Curtin a really good roster, he'd be a great coach.
Well,
If that makes sense.
we're going to see this year. No pressure, Jim.
One more funny one here from Justin Friedberg at
Friedberg!
UnionNut26 on Twitter
Oh,
here.
I love Justin.
On average, how many hip gyrations per match will occur from Adam?
I'm getting old.
You got to ice those hips down.
I
But
did. I went
you
running
watched
today.
Shakira during the Super Bowl.
Look.
She not inspire you?
First off, me and Shakira go to the same Zumba class. I don't know what you're talking about. My hips haven't been lying since 2009 as well, so I'm here for it. But no.
Give us a number.
20.
20 hip gyrations.
Because here's the thing, I believe we're gonna have a good season, so I believe a sexy season. So I believe that sexy hip gyrations are the only remedy for that. And here's the thing, I got routines coming. I got dance routines that I've been trying to put in the works. I'm gonna try to get all of our capos to jazzercise with me, and this is going to be. We're gonna get some pageantry.
I think we're going to have to get Crystal, our philanthropy chair, to do an over-under, just like we did with the Clean Sheets program, on the hip gyrations. So everybody chip in $5 to $10. Anything over 15 hip gyrations, you throw a $5 in, and it goes to X amount charity.
No, can I just want to.
That's synergy right there.
I want to find the employee who has to just watch my hips the entire game and count.
Oh, that's going to be a volunteer.
Like
an intern.
First off,
That's like an intern that went to
want to volunteer for that gig.
That's an intern from Widener University.
They're like, I don't have to watch the game, just watching them hips go, and I'm just like, I'm here for it. No, it's gonna be a sexy season, so I think we're gonna be doing a lot of dancing.
It's going to be a good time. Now, I tell you what, we almost made it through the whole thing.
Did we now?
We did. The only thing I got to say, tune in next week. We will have a guest.
Oh,
It'll be good. We're gonna
we're doing so good together.
But
Why
this will
we
be
gotta
fun. This is
bring
somebody
someone else in the
that not
bedroom?
everybody in the Sons of Ben gets to interact with on a day-to-day like we do. We got Mr. Mark Evans from the front office coming in.
Oh, God.
There's going to be a lot of behind-the-curtain talk about what goes on between us and the front office.
Is he gonna survive just the pre-show talk?
He's probably going to work for Inter Miami after this.
AG, we miss you. But,
and
rename
Mark
the
will
team.
miss you too.
Mark, when he works for the Revolution, will be good.
But so hey, thank you very much, everyone.
Guys, I know I said it earlier in the podcast, but because I am just that shameless, like, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, leave a comment saying we're the best ever, or just honestly leave any version of a comment. That's really how that algorithm works, and we'll love you forever. Enjoy.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye now.
Doop.